One Question is brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996.
This next question I know is a pretty broad one, but it's a really important one, and that is, how do we improve the narrative of what college athletics is all about and the value of time on a college campus, all the resources student athletes have at their fingertips? It does seem the mainstream media doesn't latch on to what we're trying to tell on that front, on how valuable it is to be a student athlete and what that experience can mean to an individual. How do we improve that message? How do we better deliver it through the right channels and through the right voices?
Well, I think that that you've hit the nail on the head. We need to consolidate our message, and Ari Fleischer came around and made some speeches to different groups and in the Southeastern Conference and in the NCAA and in the college football playoff, and he was right on target. We need athletic directors need to send out that message every day. We've done a really poor job of that. But if you really take a deep dive into the value of an athletic scholarship, we're in litigation about pay for play, and we can't talk about that. But if worst comes to worst out of that litigation, it would change the whole landscape of how college athletics in this country are run. And we've got 21 teams, and 2 of them are profitable. And if you were running a business with 21 divisions and 2 of them were profitable, you probably wouldn't keep 21 divisions. But our mission is to recruit and develop student athletes to compete at the highest level in all of our sports, and to educate and prepare those student athletes to compete at the highest levels in life after graduation, and to do both with honor and integrity. So to carry out our mission, we have to go way above and beyond profitability. Profitability is not the issue. We want to recruit and develop the best and the brightest that we can compete at the highest levels. And we want to educate and prepare them. And to do that, you have to have resources on campus. Now, we have tremendous resources on our campus, and if you really calculated what a college degree of a scholarship athlete at the University of Alabama is, it might be well over $250,000 for a 4-year scholarship. Now, that's pretty good pay for play. But there's a lot of intangible in that you could even consider that it's worth more. What the message I think that we need to send, though, is that our mission is to put successful people out into the community. I believe we believe in giving them a great academic education, and we work hard to do that. I really believe what we don't talk about is the value of education that sports gives to our athletes. I know that the University of Alabama, in the 4 years that I was here, made a big difference in my life. My mission when I came to Alabama was to make sure that Alabama makes a difference in all of our student athletes' lives, and we're trying hard to do that. Part of that, I truly believe, and I believe if you ask anybody on virtually any team, they'll say that they learned about discipline and time management and competition, competing, what it takes to win, when you're tired, when things go bad, when the momentum is against you, what you have to do to get it turned around, the value of teamwork, how you want to do your job because you don't want to let the team down. All those things that coaches talk about and preach every day are things they experience in life. And Coach Bryant made great points about how all those situations. You were going to face those things in life, and if you succeeded at this level, you could succeed at that level. And I think all of our coaches here preach and teach that. So there are great values that are not being talked about that really prepare our athletes in some ways better than some that don't go through athletic programs.
Yeah, significant challenge and a really important one for us to try to figure out and get the right message out there. I'm always interested in asking this last question. I think the last time I may have posed it to Kirby Hocutt a couple of weeks ago. And for you with a playing background in football, a coaching background in football, and we're recording this on the Wednesday prior to the SEC championship game on Saturday. Once the ball is kicked in Atlanta, where will you be physically? Where do you prefer to watch games, and how does your in-game schedule usually work? Are you a sit in the same seat type of guy and watch the whole game from one vantage point, or do you pop around?
It depends. I'm more of a sit in the seat game as long as the game is tight. I don't want to bother anybody that's watching a tight game, but maybe more selfishly, I don't want to be bothered if the game is tight. So I will, in games that we get ahead early and stay ahead, I might circulate more. I try to do my circulating before the games wherever I can, and maybe at the half times in some areas. I watch from there's an athletic department or athletic director's booth at Bryant-Denny, and we'll have a suite in Atlanta. I'll have some family in our suite, and I'll also have some donors in our suite, and it's a pretty tight knit group. And if there will be other donors that have other suites in Atlanta, and again, I'll try to visit with them if I can before the game and at halftime. And if the score were to get good, which I don't expect that to happen in these kinds of games, I might do some circulating. But I like to watch the game and try to help pull them through with my vibes that are being sent down there.
And that's today's One Question, brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996. One Question is designed to give D1 Ticker subscribers valuable insights on how executive leaders in college athletics think about key issues on their respective campuses, in their departments, or within their leagues and conferences. One Question is brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996.